Thank you for joining us. Most of you here already use Privyr, and some of you are familiar faces. I work with some of you, and most importantly, I regularly speak with teams across industries and countries who use Privyr. Now, the one thing that I use and the one thing I hear again and again, just to set the stage, the one thing I hear from leaders is that A, they don't know what happens once a lead is assigned. B, they're unsure if a follow-up even happened at all. And C, they rarely know whether a meeting was booked, whether any materials were shared. And when the lead goes cold, they are left wondering whether it was a bad lead or could the rep have done more. So in today's session, I want to show you guys how to unlock a system of visibility that's already available to you in Privyr, but possibly just underused. And for anyone who's newer to Privyr, just to introduce ourselves, we're a mobile-first sales engagement tool built for teams that sell through their mobiles, especially WhatsApp and similar channels. We're very fast, we're intuitive, and we give sales reps a reason to keep loving using it, whilst giving the leaders like yourselves the clarity you've been missing this whole while. And that's exactly what we're going to walk through today. Well, Daniel, yes, let's dive in. Privyr was so good for my marketing agency. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Akran, welcome from Indonesia. Thank you for joining us. Now, between lead acquisition and deal closure, there are hundreds of micro actions that are taken by your sales reps. But are you seeing everything? Having granular clarity on those actions is exactly what's helped Privyr's users unlock coaching opportunities, improve team performance, and give their management a very clear view of what's really happening. Now, you'll see at the bottom, we work with teams across real estate, automotive brands, insurance, and education. And despite the differences in the industries, the blind spots are often the same. I've had teams tell me they had no idea that their reps were taking days or weeks to respond to new leads. I've had teams tell me that follow-ups are always delayed both before the meetings and after the meetings. And in many cases, they had no clue what even happened during those meetings. Now, once these gaps became visible for them, our users could act on them very, very quickly. Because as the saying goes, you can't manage what you can't measure. The results speak for themselves. Now, the one thing we want to show you is some of the results. We like to show you proof. So at the top right-hand corner, you will see that there is a QR code. If you scan it, what you will get access to very quickly from one of our teammates in Privyr itself is that we captured these transformation in a detailed case study interview with a Privyr customer. So if you want to see what they did and how they did it and what changed when they gained visibility, just scan the QR code on the top right. I'll pause over here for about 10 to 15 seconds, just in case some of you want to scan it and to fill out your details before we proceed to the next slide. And of course, in the meanwhile, if you guys have any questions at any point, feel free to type it into the chat and I'll answer them at the end of the session. Okay, we'll move to the next slide. And if you guys do want this case study, even at the end of the presentation, just let me know. I'll come back to this slide. So today, what we are going to show you are 7 live dashboards within Privyr that will give you all the visibility that you need to measure and bolster your sales team and its performance. And just so that I can get you to stick with me until the end of this webinar, I'm going to share with you a sneak peek of our latest game-changing monitoring tool. You guys will be the first Privyr customers and users to get wind of this exclusive piece of news. But first, let's see what you guys can avail immediately today. So this first dashboard says it all. Do you know who's actually working on their leads without needing to chase them for updates? Because let's face it, it can be a little intrusive. We may feel a little shy to even ask some of our sales reps for some information. So what if you could just do it without chasing them? And so if you'd like this dashboard activated on your Privyr account, just scan the QR code on the screen. Someone from our team will reach out with you to you personally. And as a few of you scan that, let me share a quick story about how this dashboard was very useful. So one of our clients in the insurance space where sales cycles are known to be long and follow-ups make or break deals, checked this dashboard every single day for 1 week. What he saw wasn't just numbers. What he saw in the end was a pattern. Who was consistently contacting leads? Who followed up? Or better yet, who was just showing up in these weekly meetings with a lot to say, but not much to show? It didn't take him very long to spot the gap, but once he did, coaching his team became so much easier. Well, if you're looking at the screen, there's no prizes for guessing who was falling behind. And the dashboard you're seeing now gives you a very simple and powerful overview. You can see what calls were made, what messages were sent, what files were shared, broken down by each team member. What it does is it turns your sales process from a black box into something you can actually lead because now you have the information down to its granularity. So assessment of this particular activity doesn't just stop at the team level, but it goes down very quickly to the individual level as well. This dashboard that's available in Privyr today shows you how each activity, whether it's a phone call, a message template, or a brochure that you're sending, is being used. And more importantly, you can also see how it's contributing to your deal progress. Now, what this allows you to do very quickly is you can reverse engineer your success. You can see what your top performers are doing. That's helping them move deals into advanced stages. And then you can very quickly find what was working and replicate it across your team. Now, if you'd like help navigating this in your own Privyr account, the same drill as before, scan the QR code on the screen. We'll follow up with you. We'll get it set up for you. And for the next 5 dashboards that I'm about to show you on the screen, you're welcome to scan the QR code of any of these dashboards that stand out. And you can scan more than one to indicate which ones you'd like to explore further as well. Yeah, so I'm going to pause here for 10 seconds, just in case some of you need time to scan this dashboard, and then we'll move on. Okay, next. Now, which lead source delivers the best is another dashboard that we have as well. One of the teams that we worked with discovered that they were putting 70% of their ad budget into a channel that barely even made it to the second touch point. How disappointing is that, right? So this particular dashboard can be especially helpful for marketing teams or anyone managing advertising spend within your team. It doesn't just show you where leads are coming from, but it shows you which channels in particular are actually progressing through your funnel. In this example, you can see that Facebook and Campaign B aren't just generating leads, but they're actually generating qualified activity, which you can see indicated by the meeting, negotiation, and purchase activity. So when you have visibility like this, it becomes easier to make spending decisions based on what drives outcomes and not just volume. And if Facebook and Meta sources are actually working very well for you, what's great is that you can stretch your returns even further by pairing your ad spend with Meta's conversion API, which is something that I'm sure many of you are already very familiar with. And just in case you're not familiar, you can scan the QR code and we'll help you out. And as always, if this interests you, also please scan the QR code and we'll get you set up. Hey, Daniel, yes, I will go back at the end of the presentation to just go to revisit each slide so you guys can scan the QR codes of your choice. So don't worry, I'll go back and revisit the slides. Now, next, when is your team actually selling? This actually seems like a high-level dashboard at first because what you are seeing is just an overview, but this can be surprisingly useful. So one of the agencies that I onboarded a few weeks ago used this particular view to figure out exactly who to assign leads to on different days based on when they were the most active. They also realized that the internal meetings were actually cutting into peak follow-up hours. So simply making a small shift by moving those meetings made the whole team a lot more productive. How long did all of this take to set up? Less than 1 hour. We didn't change the team. We didn't change their tools. We didn't change their targets. We just worked with the data they already had in Privyr. So these dashboards show the activity by time of day, day of week for both individuals and the team as a whole. And once you see those patterns, some small changes that you make in your team can make a very, very big difference to your business. So if you like the QR code right now, if you like this dashboard, scan the QR code. Okay, don't worry, I will revisit these screens once again at the end of the webinar, just in case some of you missed out on scanning some of the QR codes. Now, the next dashboard is that top closer in your team. Is that top salesman in your team actually closing, right? Now, this might look a little similar to the activities dashboard that I showed all of you earlier, but it gives you a completely different layer of insight. Here, you're not just seeing how busy each rep is, but instead, what you are seeing is how effectively they're progressing deals through the funnel. Now, these stages can be fully customized to your industry into a language that you understand. For example, our automotive clients like to track test drives. Our real estate teams like to track viewings or finance applications, right? So don't worry, all of these particular stages in particular can be modified and customized to your liking according to your business. This lets you identify where things are moving, where things are stalling, how each sales rep is converting at every stage. And if you'd like a clearer view of your team's funnel, once again, scan the QR code, will help you set it up. And once it's in place, you'll know exactly where to coach, where to assist, and where to reward the team that's actually driving results. Okay, so Geraldine is saying you can't scan the QR codes. Um, Maybe you want to try again, Geraldine. If anyone else is facing this issue as well, please let us know. Type it in the chat, and our team will look right into it. Yes, Radhe, this helped me get rid of the Excel and its shenanigans to see what's going on. Very true. Very true. This is so much better than Excel, right? Yes, Dr. Dhwani, can you please guide us as we have a dental clinic? No worries, we can guide you. Just scan one of the QR codes, and no worries, we will be in touch with you. And for any of you who are scanning the QR codes right now, you will be hearing directly and immediately on WhatsApp from one of our team members, Glenn, who's getting in touch with all of you as you scan the QR codes. So please scan the QR codes so that Glenn can be in touch with you. Now, next dashboard is which market is the most rewarding. If you like an alternative view of your sales funnel, but broken down by location instead of team members, that's very much possible. The locations can be anything that fits your business. It could be local neighborhoods, it could be regional markets, it could be countries, or a mix of all three. What this gives you is a clear view of which markets are performing and early indicators of where to invest more of your time and resources. If your business operates across multiple areas, even if it's just a few, you will find this dashboard super, super useful and much better than tracking things on an Excel sheet. Now, those were the 7 dashboards. I know it was a lot quicker than many of us anticipated. I will go back to revisit them, but before we do that, we can do more. If you're running lead ad campaigns, do you know how long your teams took to contact your leads? If you can't answer that question confidently, scan that code, will help you out. If your answer to me is, Vishal, we contact all of our leads, but it takes more than 15 minutes. Also, my request is, please scan that QR code because we know exactly how to fix that for you. The magic number here is 15 minutes. We have to contact any lead generated through an online source within 15 minutes to have the best chance of winning them. Next, on the topic of follow-ups, do you know for sure if your team is following up and scheduling the next follow-up? If you cannot confidently say yes, also scan the QR code so that we can set something up for you. Ultimately, we're here to help your business. And lastly, on the topic of brochure engagement, if you're still sending PDFs and images on WhatsApp, if you're manually uploading PDFs into WhatsApp, or if you're just pressing the forward button, the bad news is you and your team are actually flying blind because you don't know what happens after that. The same insurance client I spoke about at the very start of this webinar found out that one of his leads was ready to buy 1 whole year after he sent the brochure, only because he received a notification that his brochure was being viewed on WhatsApp. Without that, that lead was as good as dead to him. He thought the lead would never come back. But with this feature, everything was made possible. So if you want to enable that, and if you want to track this as both a salesperson and a manager, scan the QR code. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause on the screen for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to go back and revisit each dashboard just in case you guys wish to scan it before I give you guys a sneak preview of what comes next. The next sneak preview is that same feature that I spoke about, that if you guys stay with me till the end of the webinar, we'll show all of you. So once again, 30 seconds on the screen in case any of you want to scan these QR codes. Hey, Daniel, yes, all of the landing pages are the same. So what happens is if you scan on a particular dashboard that you like, we'll know exactly which ones to focus on and set up for you once we get in touch with you. Okay, so this is the second question we've received, which is how do we implement these things in your dental clinics? And how do you, we've received another question as well, which is you're looking for a solution on custom field controls and inventory management. No worries, we can set all of this up for you and we can discuss how some things are possible on our end as well together with you. Simply scan the QR codes at the end of the presentation so that you can speak with me directly and I can help you out. Okay, as promised, I'm going to go back and help all of you out over here, show you guys each dashboard one by one. If you're interested in this particular dashboard or seeing who's actually working, please scan the QR code. We'll stop here for 10 seconds. Hey, Angelina, no worries. What you can do is you can scan one of the QR codes, just fill that in, and when Glenn reaches out to you, just let him know that you'd like all the dashboards. QR code has exceeded its monthly scan limit. Ah, okay. Glenn, I think you can just take note of that. No worries. For anyone who wishes to get a dashboard and couldn't scan the QR code, just do us a favor. Please drop your names and email addresses, and yeah, just names and email addresses in the chat directly to Glenn, together with your mobile numbers. You can send that directly to Glenn and not on the public chat, so that your details remain private, and everything will be WhatsApped to you straight away. So in the chat, you can see that there will be an option to message the host or a panelist. What you can do is you can message the host and the panelist everything you wish to about your details, and we'll reach out to you. Okay, so no worries. Now I'll skip through the slides since we basically will be in touch with you anyway. You want all of the slides? That's good news for us. Super, super. Yep, you simply just have to let Glenn know exactly what you guys want to see. And now, next, all of you that have stayed with us until this point, the sneak preview that we had promised you was what is coming soon is something called WhatsApp monitoring. So for those of you who have stuck with us until now, it's time to deliver on something we've been quietly working on behind the scenes. We've been listening to your feedback for a while, especially when it comes to WhatsApp. And thanks to our business partnership with Meta, we're finally bringing you one of your most requested ideas to life. With the launch of WhatsApp Coexistence, I'm very excited to show you a sneak preview of our WhatsApp monitoring feature. These two screenshots are all I have right now. The rest of it is a top secret. This will be the first of its kind. It's built to save your sales team so many hours every week because every follow-up and message on WhatsApp is now going to be automatically logged in Privyr without the rep needing to take any action in Privyr. So no more reminders to update the Privyr app to your sales teams. No more chasing them to update the activity logs of whether a follow-up was done or not. Anything that happens on your sales rep's WhatsApp business account will be visible to you as team leaders with sufficient permissions to view all the chats. Think of this as a new layer of quality control and training as well, because now you can see exactly how conversations flow between your sales rep and your lead. This is now built for how your team sells today. Unfortunately, this is all I can share for right now. We're releasing more details in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. But if this is something you've been waiting for, or if you want early access to this, just drop it in the chat. And you can even put it on the chat with everybody that you're interested, and Glenn will reach out to you. You will be invited to the first round of trials and adoptions next month. So on the chat with everybody, if you're interested, just type WhatsApp monitoring, type yes, please to this. We'll be taking note of all of your details, and we will be in touch with you the moment we're ready to trial this. So I'll pause for maybe about 30 seconds, just in case some of you want to register your interest. Okay, yes, James, got it. Murugan, Mahendra, Sufyan, Geraldine. Yes, absolutely. Nico, very nice. Super. Okay, so with that, we're perfectly well on time. Of course, we have some time for some questions, but we've come to the end of today's session. Thank you for sticking with me and sharing with me your questions and your interest so far in the chat. If you have any questions, any further questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll be in touch. But just in case you don't have time to drop any questions in, there are three QR codes. If you're interested in a consultation with me, I understand the QR codes are expired, but please drop it in the host and panelist chats and type consultation with Vishal so that we can book something. If you just want the webinar recording, you can type that in the chat. We'll send that over to you. And if you want this, just the slides, you can make that clear as well. If you want everything, no worries. You can put that in as well. Yeah. Uh, we got about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll answer any questions you have. Thank you very much, Nigel. Thank you, Radhe. Webinar recording will be sent to you, no worries. Can you put pictures or videos in templates? Yes, you can. Actually, yes, you can, Nico. Maybe what you want to do is you want to book a one-on-one session with me. You can indicate that to the hosts and panelists. I'll show you exactly how it's done. How many team members can be part of the WhatsApp Business Co X? That's Radhe's question. Thank you for that question. As many members as you'd like to have. You can have as long as you have at least 2 team members, you will be eligible for WhatsApp monitoring. Hi, Cindy. Yes, you said that you can't scan the QR code. No worries. Please open the chat and you can basically message any of the hosts and panelists your details. They'll be in touch with you to ensure that we get you exactly what you need. Dr. Azhar, we're unable to use Privyr in our city. Is there any reason you can't use Privyr in your city, Dr. Azhar? And Nivesh, I see your suggestions. These are great suggestions. Maybe we'll have a one-on-one chat as well, if you could just indicate your interest, and I can help answer some of these questions. Sinhao, of course, happy to have a session with you as well. You could just indicate your interest. We'll be in touch. Okay, Dr. Azhar, if you could just let our team members know via the form this issue, we'll look into it for sure. Chinha, we've noted your details. Thank you for sending it through. For any of you who have submitted any of your queries on the form or on the chats, Glenn from our team will be in touch with you within the next 30 minutes. So, not to worry, we'll be in touch, we'll help you out, we'll support you. Thank you guys for showing all the enthusiasm. We do have 2 more minutes. If you guys want to ask any more questions, we're happy to answer them. Okay, good to know Glenn's been in touch, Nigel. Our pleasure. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Murugan. Thank you, Adrian. Have a great day. Hey, Angelina, yes, we can. Just be in touch with us. If you could fill in the form, we'll help you out with that as well. Nico, nice meeting you too. Okay, if there are no further questions, we will conclude today's session. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined us. Our team will be in touch with you very, very shortly. Kishore, no worries. You can get in touch with the team if there's anything that you'd like to know as well. The team will be in touch with you very shortly as soon as you reach out. The form link can be found right within the chat. If you just scroll up, you will find the form link as well to fill in the form. But thank you to all of you for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for supporting Privyr. We'll be in touch and look forward to working with all of you. To the rest of you around the world, thank you once again. Have a great day, good night, and good afternoon. Take care.